So how do you create urgency without adding pressure? How do you create urgency without adding pressure? That's what we're talking about in today's episode 715 of the Daily Sales Message podcast, where every single day I talk really, really quickly. And I help you to feel more confident and sell more stuff by sharing simple and actionable advice. So pressure in sales and selling is something I do not like. And I know you don't like it as a buyer. Nobody likes being pressured into making a decision. As buyers, we like to feel like we have control, we're in control, and it's up to us, not being forced into something. And this is one of the reasons why sales and selling has such a bad rap, because people have peddled for years that if you just say these magical things and will coerce people into doing this and blah, blah, blah. Absolute garbage. Your buyer has to be in control. What you have to do is tell them what you're selling, make it attractive so they want to buy from you. But that's a little bit difficult. So people tend to go for these silly shortcuts where they apply pressure. Anyway, getting back to what we're talking about before I get into a rant. How do we add urgency without pressure? Giving away the game there. Urgency comes most often from scarcity. So if you think about who you're selling to and what you're selling, and it must be genuine scarcity, so please don't start making stuff up and lying just so you have something to talk about. But if I'm following up potential clients, I can go to them and say, just mapping out my next quarter, my next month, my next week, year, whatever it happens to be, just mapping this out. I've got this many spaces left for clear sales messages. So I just wanted to ask you if you think within the next 3 months you might want to go for this so we can secure a spot for you, because otherwise I might not have a spot later on. So entirely up to you. You let me know. The same can be true of stock levels if you have physical products. So really being transparent, saying, we've got 500 units left, 25 units left, whatever. But scarcity, genuine scarcity, not one of these countdown timers that just refreshes when you refresh the page. And people aren't stupid, they know. Genuine scarcity is how I can add a little bit of urgency to buying from me, but without adding pressure. I will always make it very clear to people that to buy from me is their decision and they need to make the best decision for themselves. And I'm always kind of pushing them back in that way and recognizing my bias in any given situation. But I'm planning my quarter. I know you said this was important for you. I've got 3 spaces left. If you would like one, let me know, because it would be a shame if you did want to go ahead and then you missed out. But you let me know in your time frame what works for you. Now that has worked for me for many, many years, and it's a way of adding a little bit of urgency, but without adding pressure, and the buyer still feels in control, which is the most important piece. Right, went on a bit there. That's it for this episode of the podcast. Tomorrow in episode 716, we're talking about something really cool, and it's not even that difficult to do, certainly not that expensive if you think about the benefit it brings to you, but it can help you talk to your buyers at the precise moment they're ready to buy. Now, wouldn't that be attractive? That's what we're covering in tomorrow's episode, so tune in for that. In the meantime, thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I appreciate it. I'll catch you tomorrow for another fast talking and maybe ranty edition of the Daily Sales Message.